Hi guys! If you're wondering what are the best chicken breeds for beginners, especially if you care about egg colour, reliable production and temperament, this is what we've learned after nearly 7 years of raising chickens. We've raised everything from Egyptian Fayoumis to Silkies. We've chosen birds purely because the egg colours looked beautiful. We've tested dual purpose breeds, production breeds, rare breeds. Some birds are stunning but flighty. Some lay well but are bossy in the flock, and some just quietly show up and do their job. So today I'm sharing our top 5 chicken breeds in reverse order that we would confidently recommend if you are starting your flock today. Now, to give you some quick context, if I'm honest, when we started, egg colour was probably my biggest motivator. My goal was to take these wonderful coloured boxes of eggs to the farmer's market, and visually that rainbow basket idea is really powerful. Blue eggs, olive eggs, deep brown eggs. But after 6 to 7 years, what we value most has actually rested on a few different criteria. So production, consistency, temperament and hardiness. How well birds handle winter, how they integrate into the flock, how well they forage are all things that have shaped this list. So here are my top 5 breeds for beginners based on those criteria. So coming in at number 5 is the Winedot. Winedots are undeniably beautiful. Look at that feathering. Their intricate lacing almost guarantees that they'll catch your eye immediately. So they definitely get points for beauty. And what we like about them is that they're generally cold hardy, which for us in northeast Missouri is important because temperatures do drop to -20. Temperament wise, they are friendly and curious, quite inquisitive, but they are birds that do not respect our fence line, which for us with our predator pressure can mean literally life or death quite quickly. It's probably because they have quite a high foraging drive that makes them more adventurous, but that diversity of diet does put them in a category of being resilient health-wise, and also because they're able to source quality dietary protein, for example insects, this of course goes into making eggs that are much more nutritious. Production-wise, they are dependable layers of medium to light brown eggs. They're not usually your highest producer, but they are steady. If you want a visually striking bird that's practical and reliable, good at foraging with potential show quality for beginners, Winedots are a great place to start. In 4th place for us is the olive egger. This is where catalogue dreams start to come true. Olive eggers lay those deep green, earthy eggs that make your basket look like something out of a painting. But because they're crossbreeds, production can vary. But when you get a good one, they are consistent layers. And when you get coloured eggs, you know who is working and who is not. We actually produce our own olive eggers by crossing our Moran rooster, who has the genes for the dark brown eggs, with our Americana hens, who have the blue egg genes. They're typically winter hardy, they're active and friendly, and they do bring personality into the flock. So if egg colour is important to you, olive eggers are a wonderful addition. In 3rd place we have the Delawares. Delawares are one of those breeds that don't always get the spotlight, but they absolutely deserve consideration. This is Becca. She's actually being a bit nervous today because the cats are on the other side of the camera and I've taken her out of her safety zone. But generally Delawares are pretty friendly and calm-natured. They are in actual fact dual purpose breeds. We've had a couple of Delaware roosters at one point, and I really liked them because they were extremely friendly and good looking roosters. So if you're looking for a practical, well-rounded bird that performs reliably without a lot of fuss, Delawares are an excellent choice. On a side note, if you live in an area with aerial predators, I've heard it said that white chickens are actually seen more easily from the sky, so it's worth keeping in mind. In 2nd place, we have the barred rock. If I had to describe the barred rock in one word, it would be solid. They're actually big, heavy birds. They lay medium brown eggs consistently. They're really cold hardy, and they're typically calm and pretty adaptable birds. They don't usually cause drama in the flock hierarchy, but they also don't get picked on like some of the other mild-natured breeds. They get along well with our guineas, which is always something that we have to consider having such a mixed flock. Maybe it's their grey and white blend. We haven't had any health issues with this breed either. It's a breed that we don't overly notice because they just get on and do their thing. So for beginners especially, I think dependability is incredibly valuable. When you're learning, you don't necessarily want high maintenance or high strung. I made the mistake in our first year when I got 5 Egyptian Fayoumis, and keeping them alive was a nightmare because they were so wild. They got picked on by other chickens, they needed a separate coop in the end, and I was constantly chasing them around the garden. So honestly, you don't want any of that going on. You want calm and reliable, and barred rocks are reliable. Okay, finally, on to our number 1 pick. This is the black Americana. For us, these birds have consistently hit the sweet spot. They bring that coveted egg color without sacrificing temperament or resilience. Look at that beautiful blue egg. True blue, not tinted, not green. As a breed, they are super friendly and confident. They always seem to rank highly in the flock. The roosters are always close to them, and the guineas respect them. So there's never any drama with these birds. They have been both good brooders and they make great mothers. They're good foragers too, so they do like to get out when they're young, but we find as they mature, they quickly realize that safety beats scenery. So they are definitely smart too. Americanas don't just come in black. You can get white, you can get lavender, blue. Where do you want to go, Kiki? Our black Americanas are some of the only remaining chickens from our first generation, and so they're getting on in years a little bit, and as they mature they are just wonderful companions to have around. Production wise, they seem to hold production fairly well through seasonal changes. We always know, of course, when they're off duty and there's no guessing who laid that blue egg. So if I was starting over tomorrow, knowing what I know now and wanted color, consistency, and durability, this is where I would begin. Chickens are simple, but they require consistency. Feed, water, clean bedding, quick health checks, collect the eggs. It doesn't take hours, but it does take showing up daily. There are many videos for beginners on watering systems and feeders, automatic coop doors to set you up so that you don't have to do daily chores. But I push back against a lot of those gadgets because truly they have downsides. And if you're not checking waterers and feeders daily, you're not going to know if the rain got in the feeder and it went moldy, or someone pooped in the water, or you have green algae building up inside the jugs. Auto coop doors, while they have their place, they can fail or freeze. We have a few and we do love them, but daily oversight is about being a good shepherd to your flock. And over time, those small daily chores become part of the rhythm of your life, and you start to realize that that's the reason you're enjoying it in the first place. You start noticing who's laying consistently, who's molting, who's broody, who prefers which nesting box. You actually get to know your flock, and they get to know you too. Don't they, Kiki? So this is where the chicken math begins, because once you understand the differences between breeds, the egg colors, the temperaments, the strengths, it becomes very easy to justify just one more chick. You start with a practical plan, and then you think, maybe I should add one for darker brown eggs, and maybe one for blue, and maybe one that's especially winter hardy. And before you know it, you have a flock that reflects your experience. If you're just starting, choose 1 or 2 of these breeds and learn what works for your climate and your lifestyle, because the best chicken breed ultimately is the one that fits your farm. The rest is just math. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video where we're going to talk about raising birds for meat production.